Okay, I had to refilm something else, so I'm gonna add this. But first of all, I had this cup and I thought it was so funny because it says, it's too early for you to say things. And I just thought how funny it was because I'm literally going to a silent 10-day meditation retreat, and this is sometimes I do recognize I like to talk so much in the morning. I wake up and I'm like, I'm like already like wired. I just want to be like processing all this stuff either from my sleep or my dreams or whatever. And then most people are like, Jenney, wait, shh. So I'm usually on the recipient of this. So it's going to be super fascinating how I am going to be like not, I don't know. I think it's just so funny. And anyways. And then I wanted to share, or you know what? I'm going to make this a separate video. So, hi! Welcome to Journey with Jenney. In today's video, I'm actually going to share with you like 5 things that I'm going to do to prepare for my upcoming 10-day silent meditation Vipassana retreat. My 10-day Vipassana meditation silent retreat. And I'm super excited for it to be coming up. I just filmed a video like literally minutes ago. So yes, I'm going to wear the same outfit. It's all the same things, but I'm going to link it below if you're interested to learn more about what is the Vipassana meditation and the retreat, which is offered globally, worldwide at hundreds of centers, and it's all free. And they provide vegetarian meals and lodging for 10 days. And you're like, what's the catch? Why is it free? Well, it's all donation based. It's run by volunteers, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for years now. I've heard about it, I think maybe back like 5 years ago was the first time I heard about it. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know what I think. Then I, finally was like, you know what? I think it'd be so great because I'd gone on retreats and I'd been starting to do a lot of meditations. I know how much benefits there are. There's so much research out there to really, it's so proven that meditation is so good for your body, your mindset, for everything. So meditation is one of those things that I highly recommend that everybody try, regardless of like what your experience level is with it. Like there's so many apps out there now, like Headspace and Calm and Insight Timer and loads and loads of them online. And plus you go to YouTube, you just Google meditation for anxiety, meditation for this or that. There's thousands of examples of everything and they're all free. So you don't have to be an expert to meditate. And this is, of course, a very like intense version of meditation because it's a freaking 10 days of it. So it's not for the lighthearted, and you definitely have to be super committed if it's what you want to do. What I will say is I am looking forward to it because I just see that I'm so addicted to my phone, that was so so embarrassing and so dirty. My phone, my laptop, emails and Instagram and messaging and Facebook and everything, right? It's like, once upon a time, I remember when we just had to use pay phones and put coins in before we even had house phones. So back then, we didn't have all this stimuli. It was just our family, our friends at school, all these things like there was TV and radio, but it's not like you were always so plugged into everyone. And now I just feel like, at least for me, because I'm such an extrovert, there's always this pressure to like be responsive right away. It's like and it's just, I think it creates too much anxiety, too much pressure, and people are not so comfortable working in isolation. I know I'm not, so I'm looking forward to this because I really want to be comfortable being on my own even more, and tuning out the world so that I can really be focused on the things that I want to be focused on. So the 5 things that I'm going to do is, 1, the timetables for these is from, the schedule is from 4 a.m. is the morning wake-up call. The first meditation is from 4:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. So, and then the 9:30 is when we will retire to our own room and the lights out. So basically, I want to maybe start going to sleep at 9:30 and then waking up at 4 in the morning, seeing how I feel, making sure that I can like actually do it and not be like super, super groggy. It's not too far from what my schedule is now. I'm usually asleep at like 10, 11, and I do wake up like, maybe not at 4 anymore, but maybe around like 5, 6, 7. So getting used to this schedule. So the first is just acclimating my body. In particular, we're not allowed to like bring any supplements or anything. So like if I'm used to eating like multivitamin gummies and zinc and like L-theanine, or my nootropics, the Thesis, or even what was I gonna say? Oh, melatonin at night to go to sleep. None of that is allowed. So it's our bodies readjusting itself, getting into a normal circadian rhythm. So I'm looking forward to that. 2, also getting used to eating less. There's only going to be 2 meals that are served. So the breakfast from 6:30 to 8, and then also the lunch break from 11 to 12. But then at 5 to 6, so they don't serve dinner. It's a tea break. So basically we're going to have tea or milk and fruits. So it's a really light snack. It's not even a meal. So for me, I'm going to have to get used to like, I already do intermittent fasting, so typically I have my final meal by 6, and then I won't eat the next day until like 11 and start with the smoothie, and then my lunch isn't until later. So I'm somewhat familiar with this, but at the same time, like, it'll be interesting for the schedule to be flipped. So those are the first 2 things. So food, sleep, sitting. So the meditations include 4:30 to 6, so that's 2 hours in the hall or the room. 8 to 9, the group meditation in the hall. 9 to 11, meditate in the hall. Once rest and interviews. 1 to 2:30, so it's meditate in the hall. Then 2:30 to 3:30 is another group meditation. Then 3:30 to 5. Wait, so 3:30, 4:30, 5. And then another hour group meditation. Okay, so basically 10 hours of meditation a day. I don't know exactly what the halls are going to look like or how we're going to meditate. Like, I do like to lie down and meditate, so I don't know if they're going to let us do that, like on a yoga mat or not. Or, you know, if I'm in my room, I'll probably lay down in the bed and meditate. But in the meditation halls, I'm guessing we're just sitting. So to be sitting for hours, even if it's like 5 hours, right? Half of the time, 5 hours, because it's 10 hours of meditation a day. I don't know that I've just sat for 5 hours before. So that's going to be really, really interesting. So I need to figure out like how to be comfortable sitting for an hour at a time, making sure my legs are not getting all cramped and awkward and all of that stuff. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is I'm going to try to practice and see, can I go a whole day without talking? So not calling people, not listening, not in, and maybe even like, so I think that's 2 separate things, right? One is like me not talking. So for a whole day, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to call people. So I'm going to have to figure out if I can do that for like 1 or 2 days in a row, see how it goes. That would be interesting. That would be very, very interesting. I have done this before in the past. I've done 3 separate days where I did attempt to do like a vow of silence, and it was like 95% pretty successful at that. So I know I can do it a day at a time. But man, 10 days straight, oh my gosh, it's just crazy. And then the last thing is, in a day, I'm rarely ever away from my phone. So it will be very interesting to like not have music, not have podcasts, not journal, not write, not be on my computer, not be on anything. So, you know, it's kind of 2 separate things, right? Me being silent is a little bit different from me being completely unplugged. I'm going to try at least like 2 to 3 days from now until then of doing like one of each and then maybe 1 day of each. So I think that's good. 1 day, just practice being silent, but I'm still allowed to read and listen and all this stuff. The second day, I tune everything out, but I might not be silent. Who knows? Whatever. And then or maybe I try to be silent. And then the third day, I try to be silent and I tune everything out. So I have 1 day where I'm actually trying to implement this so that I'm at least like not going in and completely being totally shocked and have it be super, super hard. So these are the 5 things I'm going to do to prepare for this Vipassana meditation retreat. Again, if you're interested to learn more about the retreat, you can click the link below, and it's a very long video, so I apologize, but basically I go about the whole code of conduct, and I explain all the things that, you know, I learned about it and why I'm interested in doing it, and some context behind it. And as a final thing, look, it snowed in Boston. Look how pretty. I do love Boston sometimes. I hate the winters. That being said, when it snows, as it does a lot, it is really pretty. So I hope you enjoyed this video about the 5 tips of how you can prepare for the Vipassana meditation retreat. I'm going to be sharing more about the retreat itself once I do it. Can't wait to share with you all because I'm super, super excited. Okay, and again, just thought this is so funny. It's too early for you to say things. All right, bye everyone.